This semester, I learned about power in a new way. I knew about power beforehand as it is a concept that is ever present in our society, but I learned to approach it in a new way this semester. I learned to recognize that when your voice is taken away, you lose your power. Similarly, if you're given a voice and given a platform, you can exert extreme power. I learned that minorities and marginalized communities have become more powerful in recent years, but at the same time, the capitalist system has also become more powerful. I learned that we need to strike a balance. I also learned about ideology. I learned that it is more than just the definition from the Oxford Dictionary. Ideology implies some sort of imbalance between people and people, or people and systems. It arises when this imbalance forces a whole group of people to adopt new forms of acting and speaking and new sets of values just to live a life that they say is just. I learned how crucial it is to recognize what ideologies are given to us by the media and what the media wants us to do with them. I learned how to see ideologies that are dangerous and ideologies that are harmless. And I also learned that ideologies are more than just belief systems. At the same time, I also learned a lot about myself. I learned that the way I used social media was damaging to my mental health. As a result, I changed up my social media audience habits, and I've been much happier overall since. I removed myself from toxic internet communities and focused on immersing myself with content that I will meaningfully engage with. I learned how useful self-reflective writing is to me. While it may not be beneficial for everyone, I realized that self-reflective writing allows me to visualize my thoughts and lay them out in an organized manner. My mind is constantly thinking about the world I live in, so thanks to the field reports this semester, I have realized just how much writing out these thoughts helps me to unpack them and to make sense of them. I feel as though I have a much better approach to thinking about the world thanks to this semester's field writing report process. Lastly, I learned a lot about the field of audience research. Going into this class, my perception of audience research was that it was a field used by corporations and politicians to study their audiences in order to make informed decisions for their own gain. I now realize that there is more to audience research than this archaic notion. Audience research can also be used as a way to empower the powerless, to understand how audience resistance comes about, the effect that these means have on our society, the effect memes even have on our society, just the way they can influence us, and so much more. So this is the second class I've had this semester that completely changed my outlook on a certain field of communications, the other being my public relations class. I now feel like a much wiser communication scholar as a result.